Okay, so we're just gonna go through what to expect in the driving test, what you need to bring, what happens in the first initial stage of your driving test. So usually in the driving test, you'll have an hour lesson beforehand with your instructor. Hopefully your instructor is good enough to give you that hour. Otherwise you come to FM driving school. And yeah, you drive to the driving test until you have an hour lesson, do what you can, maneuvers, roundabouts, etc. You go to the driving test center. Make sure you bring with you your provisional license with a paper counterpart, your theory test certificate. They ask you to bring it, they won't really check it, but bring it along with a reference number for your driving test. In case you go to the test center and the examiner says you don't have a driving test, your reference number is a proof that you do. So those are the 4 things that you need to bring along. And when you go to the test center, you sign the insurance paper to say the car is insured. So if you're taking a driving instructor's car, most likely it will be insured. If it's not, again, something's wrong with the driving school or the driving instructor. Come to FM driving school. Yeah, so those are the 4 things you need to bring. The examiner will come out at a specific time. They have weird times like 9:21, 10:42, weird times. But so try to get there about 5 to 10 minutes beforehand, and then they'll come out. They'll call you out. When you get called out, you sign the insurance paper, and then you leave towards the car that you're taking the test in. Initially he'll first check your eyesight, so you have to be able to read about 20.5 meters away, which is about 4 to 5 cars length. So imagine 4 or 5 cars in front of you, and then try to read the number plate from there. That's a good way to check your eyesight yourself. Then he'll ask you 2 questions about the car itself, so the bonnet questions or inside the car. Again, you should go through that with your your instructor before you get to the test center. You don't really fail on it if you don't know the answer to these few questions, but you could fail on it, for example, if it rains and you don't know where the wipers are. But these are some of the questions that you need to know, and he'll ask you 2 of them, of which if you get both wrong, you just get 1 minor. You shouldn't fail on it. The test itself is 40 minutes long. Includes 1 maneuver plus the emergency stop, maybe the emergency stop, sorry, you might not actually get the emergency stop. Includes 10 minutes of independent driving. Independent driving is when for about 10 minutes you have to follow certain signs. So he might say to you, follow the sign towards Twickenham or Richmond or Hayes, whichever sign he gives you. Also it could be he might have a diagram prepared and you have to go left, right, left, and you have to remember where you're going. If you don't know, if you forget during the driving test where to go, the first thing you should do is quickly ask the examiner, I forgot, I don't know where I'm going. He might be kind enough to tell you where you're going. At the end of the day, it's a driving test, it's not on your memory, so if you forget where you're going, you shouldn't really fail on it. If you forget the way you're going and he doesn't tell you what to do, then just go whichever way you want. Just go left or right. Whichever lane you're in, go that direction. You don't fail your exam for going the wrong way. So for example, you had to turn left, but you're thinking right, you're on the right lane, and then you suddenly remembered where to go and you're on the wrong lane. It's best just to go the wrong way. Don't make any sudden movements affecting any other drivers. If you're quick enough, they'll ask the examiner quickly, oh look, I'm in the wrong lane, wrong direction, what should I do? If he doesn't tell you, go the wrong way. If he tells you do it yourself, go the wrong way, because he might want to see what you do, how you react. Some other examiners might just tell you, okay, go this way or go that way. Same with the signs. If you're driving and you miss a sign and you come up to the junction and you're not sure what to do, quickly ask the examiner. He might just quickly tell you where to go. It's actually left, or like Twickenham is towards the left instead of the right. Again, never ever panic if you don't know where you're going. The most common mistake that students do is they suddenly react. They suddenly remember and then they suddenly react, and then that sudden reaction affects somebody and causes you to fail your driving test. It's best just to stay relaxed and go the wrong way. So that's independent driving for you for about 10 minutes. 40 minutes is a test, and then you come back, and at the end of the test he will explain to you why you passed or why you failed. If you've passed, he will take in your documents, and then within 21 days they'll send you a new license. If you failed, he will explain to you why you failed and give you a copy of why you failed, and then obviously you'd have to come back and do the test again. So that's a quick explanation on how the driving test is set up. Check out our YouTube channel, FM Driving School, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, FM Driving, for more advice on on how to pass your driving test. Hopefully that helped you guys out.